Good morning. Welcome back to another video. I'm Brittany and my co-star for this one is Luna. You have probably watched a lot of Luna's other dog videos, but if you haven't, then go watch those first. And that'll catch you up at least a little bit on me getting Luna and our journey together so far. This morning I am taking Luna to get spayed and I'm pretty sad about it. We had to get up pretty early to give Luna some meds to calm her before surgery today, and then I gotta drop her off about 8:15. This video is going to take you through the next 2 weeks of her and my journey, and I'm glad to have you here. Luna, great. Okay, so we're in the car and I'm taking her to her appointment. I think we're going to be like right on time. I'm just stopped at like a red light right now, so I'll probably have to let you go here pretty quick. Guys, I'm so nervous. Hope everything goes okay. She seems like good. I think the calming medicine's like working. It's like kind of giving her a little bit of dry mouth. I wish I could have given her a little bit of water, but they said no food or drink after 10 p.m. So that's what I did, which sucks. But I'll check in again after I drop her off. So just dropped her off. I'm glad I didn't wear makeup this morning because I definitely got a little teary. They'll give me a call later after she's done. And she seemed really like relaxed. That was like the calming medicine that they gave her. I'll talk about like the cost here in Orlando after, once I get a complete total, just in case anyone's curious. But for the most part, this is going to be kind of documenting mostly today and then over the course of kind of the next week or two of her recovery. They said like they'd want to see her like 2 weeks post-op, and I would almost think they'd need to see her in between, but I'm sure I'll get all that information this afternoon and relay that to you guys. I have a Yelp event this afternoon, well, technically tonight after I get her, so Brad's gonna watch her tonight alone. So I hate to leave her the night after surgery, but this Yelp event happens like once a year, so I kind of need to be there. I like flaked on it last year. I'm gonna go unless, you know, she just absolutely needs me tonight, but I have a feeling that she's probably just gonna be drugged up and tired. So she's probably not going to care whether or not I'm there or not. At least that's what I'm kind of hoping. Otherwise, I'm going to probably have to stay with her. I think I'm particularly nervous about this surgery just because the last time I left my old Yorkie Bella at the vet, I didn't pick her up. And of course, that's different circumstances, of course, but still though, makes you think about it. I don't know how, like, parents of, like, human kids, like, do it and, like, drop their kids off for, like, surgery. And I know this is routine, but she is just such a tiny little baby that it just makes me worry. But that's really all the updates I have right now. I will talk later in this vlog about why I ended up getting her spayed after I delayed and talked about potentially not even doing it. There were some reasons that came up that just seemed like it made it the right decision for us, unfortunately. And so that's kind of where we're at now. It's about 2:30 now, and I got a call about 30 minutes ago, finally, that I can go pick up Luna. So that's what we're gonna go do. I was getting pretty concerned considering I hadn't heard an update until now, but they said that she's doing fine and I can go pick her up. We made it home. Lou hasn't really moved since I picked her up. They said that she would be pretty drugged for the rest of the night. The vet said pretty well no movement, like limited movement for the next 2 weeks until they can take her sutures out, or at least check them. She has a whole bunch of internal ones and actually just one on the outside, which I thought was pretty interesting. Lou likes to pee really low to the ground, so I'm concerned about like keeping it clean, but they said I could like baby wipe around it if I needed to. They gave her a whole bunch of drugs, a couple pain meds, an anti-inflammatory, and a whole bunch of instructions on when I should reintroduce food and water tonight and how much to do so. I'm sure your vet will probably give you like similar information depending on what their preferences are. I'm afraid I'm gonna need to get Luna a bigger cage so I can make sure that she's not jumping over the next 2 weeks, and so I can keep her close to me. I work from home, so the good news is that I'm gonna be able to like keep an eye on her and keep her company, but she likes to kind of bounce around the house and I don't want her doing that to hurt herself, so I'm definitely gonna have to come up with ways to keep her next to me. It's gonna be like the old puppy days again, I'm afraid. I'm going to talk a little bit more tomorrow as to why I got her spayed. I'll talk all about that tomorrow, and then I'm also going to be giving you daily check-ins over the next 2 weeks on Luna's progress. So hopefully you can kind of know what to expect. I will check in with you tomorrow and give you a total for the procedure and everything once I add it all up. Let's get our baby inside. Day 1 of the 14-day countdown. Luna has pretty well been like this all day. She really hasn't did anything. I talked to the vet. They said everything seems and sounds normal. She did drink a little bit for me this morning. She still hasn't really ate anything except for a tiny bit of treat just so she could take her pill this morning. But I'm gonna have to get her to eat something later this afternoon so she can take her anti-inflammatory, because that needs to be taken with food. So we're just lounging. I did buy her a much larger crate enclosure that should be arriving this afternoon. If you're going through this process, that's definitely something I would probably have on hand. I just kind of procrastinated getting it, and I kind of wish I'd had it now because I'm definitely having to keep a pretty close eye on her. She did try to jump out of her crate earlier, her little soft-sided one. Even though she looks pretty sleepy, she's still alert enough to get herself into a little bit of trouble. I wish she would eat for me, but the vet assured me that it was probably still fine within the 48-hour mark after surgery. So at least she's drinking, and that's something. I'm going to thaw out some farmer's dog food, which she loves, and hopefully she'll take just a little bit of that so I can get her anti-inflammatory meds in her. Yesterday I said that I'd talk about the cost. Luna's blood work that was required before the procedure was $158. And then the procedure yesterday was $844. So altogether right around $1,000 all said and done. I'm sure that's probably cheaper depending on what parts of the country you're living in, or potentially more expensive. I remember 15 years ago, maybe a decade ago, when I spayed my other dog. I think I paid like $500. So thanks inflation and cost of living increases. Pet care's just gotten really expensive. Feeling pretty blessed that I can get Luna all the care that she needs. She hates this plastic cone and she thinks she can't move. Hopefully within the 14 days, she gets kind of used to it. They said that we are absolutely not allowed to remove it for pretty well anything, and they didn't advise the soft blow-up one. We had that from a previous surgery of my old Yorkies, and I was hoping that I could use it because I feel like that's just a nicer feeling contraption for them. Not that I really know. The dog can't tell me. We'll never know because the vet really strongly advised against it. I'll see you tomorrow for a day 2 update, and I think I'll go over why I ended up spaying Luna then too. I'm back for an update for days 2 and 3. Yesterday I wasn't feeling very good, so I didn't turn on the camera. I would say on the first day, Luna was feeling maybe like a 0 out of 10. I would say on the second day, she was maybe at a like 4 or so out of 10. Definitely better, but still not really wanting to eat and still really like sad and definitely was in a lot of pain. Honestly, today, she's really turned around. She seems pretty good, really alert, pretty happy. I left her to run to Target just a little bit ago and just pick up a few groceries. I was gone for maybe 45 minutes and I came back and she was like so happy, so excited to see me. So that's good. You can even kind of just tell by looking at her that she just looks a whole lot happier. That's good. That didn't take too long to kind of turn around. Her stitches are looking good, clean. She doesn't appear to be in too much pain while like walking. Yesterday, there definitely seemed to be some like tenderness whenever she was like walking. I'm sure she's still in pain. Like she's still on pain meds. Mood-wise, she seems pretty well back to her normal self. And that's really, really a relief for me. So it's so sad to see her drugged up. I want to talk a little bit about why I ended up getting her spayed. And the number one reason, even though I wasn't like a super big advocate for it, is that Luna seemed to stay in heat and she needed drugs to make her go off of heat. Like whenever she got spayed, she'd been in heat for several months. And that's not really what you want. And she had her first heat whenever she was about 6 months old, which is pretty young. So she kept being in numerous heats and they kept being very unusually long and needing help to end them. And that didn't seem healthy. With that kind of thought, we decided to spay her. We have her whenever we can't watch her in a car cube that I think is going to be great for road trips up to Illinois. And she's pretty well liking it. I have a cloth over it so it's a little bit cozier and she can have her food and water inside. And she has blankets and toys in there to like chew on. So she seems pretty satisfied with that. And it's small enough that we can move it room to room. Definitely if your dog's getting spayed, then I would suggest like some kind of movable cage, whether it be a playpen or a large crate that you can kind of keep an eye on them and keep them contained. I do believe today Luna would jump on furniture if I allowed her to. We were outside going to the bathroom. I do believe she would have jumped on the stairs to go up into the house had I let her. About day 3, you're probably going to have to start watching your dog a little bit more closely because all the drugs have worn off and that they now think they're superhuman and they're not yet. The internet says about 10 to 14 days they should be pretty well completely healed, and so I am curious to see what she's like at that kind of marker. Back with you for day 5. Turns out this is going to be every other day updates. Turns out I just gave Luna her last anti-inflammatory, and today for sure she is really active. She's really wanting to jump on furniture. I'm really having to watch her, and she's becoming increasingly unhappy in her car cube. She's happily munching on some food right now since I put just a little bit of wet in with it, so she would definitely eat something so I could give her her anti-inflammatory. She's been doing great. There's really been very little for me to update you guys on aside from just trying to keep her entertained, considering that she can't go for walks or really seriously play or jump on anything, and I'm having to keep her in her cube for much more of the day than what she would normally be. So she's way more confined than normal. Normally she has complete run of the house since I work from home. Also, her incision is still looking really, really good. I was really surprised by like how seemingly like clean and non-red it is. It looks really good. We made it to day 7. Luna's doing good. I thought I would talk about the essentials that really got me through. I'm probably not going to check in again after this until either day 10 or day 14, whenever I have a little bit of an update. You need some kind of enclosure that'll keep them safe when you can't wash them. The second thing is that she is on like 10 days of pain medicine if we feel like she needs it, but even early on, it was hard to get her to take it, and so you need some kind of pill delivery system. We use these little long jerky treats, and then I use a chopstick to push a hole through it so I can put the pill in it, and that really has worked pretty well. So that's really it. That's kind of gotten us through. It really hasn't been too bad of a week. I wish she liked this larger cube that I keep her in a little bit better. She just hates being enclosed. Like, she'll lay in it with the door open, but whenever I close it, she gets kind of angry. We're almost through it though, and I think she's ready to get this cone off. It's finally the day, and Lou is getting her cone taken off. She is tired of it. I've had the cone off of her a couple times whenever I've been watching her over the last couple days, and she gets really excited whenever you take it off. So let's go make my puppy really happy. All right, it's time to wrap this video up. We just got out of the vet, and look who's free of her cone. Oh, my Luna. Oh, my Luna baby is cone free. And she is excited. Honestly, apart from the first 2 days, it really hasn't been that bad. It was really nice having a larger enclosure for her, as I previously mentioned. I definitely recommend that. Also, hopefully she'll go back to her weight that she was before. She's definitely like dropped some ounces. She just didn't really want to eat with the cone near as much. Towards the end of the second week, I was taking the cone off of Luna to go to the bathroom, and that really was like helping her move around, and she was like too distracted outside really to mess with her incision. It really hasn't seemed to bother her past probably day 9 or 10. I hope you're all caught up on the Luna footage till now. I definitely have some more videos coming, including we're going to be testing out dog products on Amazon. And I also want to do a little past a year update at this point about what got me through the first year of her life. Thanks for joining me in this video. I'll be back shortly with another one. Bye.